government's focus on an inclusive approach for the National Development Programme moving forward as articulated by Shared Prosperity Vision 2020, which was announced by Prime Minister. The Inspiring Vision 2030 is indeed a meaningful one for Malaysians from all walks of life. It signifies a paradigm shift towards achieving a higher value economy that will reduce the gap between the income classes, communities and territories to ensure equitable outcome for all Malaysians. The government believes that the export community, like you, plays an extremely important role in the growth of our economy and in helping the government to achieve its goal, more so with the aspiration of shared prosperity. We cannot underestimate the strength that export business brings in technology and skill enhancement, more so the job creation as well as society well-being. The trade fraternity are key stakeholders in our national economic development ecosystem. You are all the players in our nation's economy. More so this ecosystem that has been created throughout the ages and throughout the years. I believe that with the campaign, most of the movement done by Matrade and their partners on sustainability is something that we must keep on believing and keep on doing. The challenges are so many against us. Coming from Borneo, where our forest is our goal or our treasure. We use our forests, our jungles for tourism. If you have been to Borneo, Sabah, Sarawak, you would have not missed in Sarawak, the Mulu Caves. You would not have missed as well the Danun Valley in Sabah, the wildlife and what have you. All this are our wealth and our treasure in Borneo, more so Malaysia as well. Mentioned just now, the world is defined in very different ways today. Sustainability is the go word for most products, and going green is another expectations of the world. So for Matrade, what they have done is they have laid out plans to ensure that our exporters, our producers will be sustainably certified, that they will be able to produce and export products that are compliant to expectations of the world. So this is in line with competing with other exporters or other competitors in our entire supply chain, and I think this is the way forward. It's a good and great initiative both by the chairman, the CEO and the entire Matrade family. If we don't do this, we will be again judged by many. We will be defined by many. So in line with what at least I think the way we should do, the way the government should tackle issues and challenges like this, we must define as well what is sustainable to us to fit what has happened or the conditions and the aesthetic of our country. Because if we ask people or we expect people to define what is sustainable, then it's a big problem. Because I may not know their country, they definitely do not know our country. So as we find the common ground, the common factor on what is sustainable, yes, we must comply it, but they must also listen to how we tackle a lot of things in Malaysia in order to meet up with that sustainable standards expected of us. So among others, what Matrade is doing is something that I truly believe in. I think that we cannot ignore that responsibility, that social responsibility, that commercial responsibility that we have, and hence the preparatory works, the training as well as the guidance by Matrade is extremely important, more so through this forum and conference that they have today. So Malaysians, please help us to improve the way we produce, the way we sell, the way we export our products, define us, tell us what to do, and keep on engaging with the government agencies such as Matrade, agency that we are very proud of and made up of people who are tirelessly dedicated and very committed to improving our nation.
Okay, we at Matrade, this program is going to be over 5 years. That would take Matrade and my team, led by Dr. Wan, to continue to engage our exporters. As we know, we are already exporting to the world, and when we speak just now, Malaysian products have been very well received. But that alone, I think we will have to continue to educate that the raw material supplies and what we do will be conforming to the standards that the importing countries. So education is very important. Matrade will play that role by engaging our stakeholders. We will also want to work with universities. Education is also key to ensure that our producers will be producing goods that will meet those sustainable guidelines. So I feel very confident that we've got an excellent product, and our exporters will need to make all the preparation to ensure that the production lines and everything will be conforming to those rules.
In fact, we have just concluded on the next year's plan. So we are very consistent. So we are looking at not only intensifying in terms of number, but also going to new markets. ASEAN is already there. In fact, we have a group in Mindanao right now, maybe about 40 of them in Mindanao. We have a group in Germany right now at BERITA. So we have this export promotion program almost every week, everywhere in the world. So we are going to new markets like Central Asia, for example. We say ASEAN just now. Africa also. You're going to Africa for next year, with other ministries and agencies, because Matrade alone, looking at export promotion, without taking care of the readiness of the exporters in the area of standards, in the area of packaging, like Minister mentioned just now. Those are the things that we need to really look at. Like I said, working with other ministries and agencies, make our exporters, especially SMEs, ready, and Matrade create the market for them. Matrade bring them to the market. So there's very strong synergy between Matrade and other ministries and agencies. Through export promotion program, we assist about 15,000 companies in 1 year. So SAFE will be incorporated in all those programs, which means that eventually we will reach out, from Matrade perspective alone, 15,000 companies every year.